Well, hello everybody, Mr. O here, and welcome to part one of how to create an old school animation cell. This is a project that I'm going to do with one of my classes, and what I did is I created my characters. This is from my children's book that I'm slowly developing. So I took my concepts, created my characters, and now this is a PNG. Now, why am I saving this as a PNG file? Because as you can see, the grid behind the gray and white, it might be something different on your program or your computer, depending on your setting, is basically it's a transparency. And because I'm using a transparency, I can actually print them on a real transparency, which is a clear piece of paper. And so when we get this part one, and so then I will print. Now, I wanted to share with you, I'm going to put this right here. You can still see through the light a little bit. I probably should tape it down. But when I was developing this, as you can see, I had failures. This will come with failures of trying to figure it out. One of the things I did figure out, because I drew so large, that I actually shrunk it to print as a 5x7 on a printable transparency. Not all transparency, because I found these old type ones print in a printer. The heat will melt them. And sometimes even when they do print, they do get very melted, as you can see. And you can see the burn marks on my failure here. And but what comes with that is understanding success. So I finally got one to print, but I noticed something with it. So let me peel that. They get kind of clingy, and ooh, really clingy. So I'm gonna hold that up a little higher. I kind of reminded myself it does not print white. As you can see, it uses the white of the paper to get white. And so when I did my transparency, I had to do something a little different. So the next part of this lesson, once you have a transparency, what you're going to do is, I haven't experimented with white ink, but here's my successful one. I got my successful one. Yeah, I got it printed, but you'll notice that it seems like a little richer in color. That's because it's no longer transparent, because I took white acrylic and just did a thin layer. Some areas I went back in and I did a second coat, but again, it's very thin. Now, do you think I was perfect on getting all the edges? I was not, and that's where I took a toothpick and I cleaned the edges, of course, on the other side. Went in and I cleaned the edges while keeping this very clean. As you can imagine, this transparency would be easy to scuff up and scratch up, so be careful with it. When you touch this, I would always recommend that you do have that piece of paper. You saw how nice this other one clings to the copy paper. I would have a copy piece of paper, because you can see I originally tested it on the paper, so I know what it looks like. I would keep that paper. I would even put a paper on top and make sure you do everything. Make sure you get the right side when you paint it. Remember, it takes, when you do a thin coat, doesn't even take 15 minutes to dry, but you do want to keep things dry. Sorry. I was just noticing the hair. It will pick up everything because of the static electricity. There's a lot of static with these transparencies, but you can create some amazing things. So guys, that's what I have for you for part one. You're going to create characters. You can use some of my old videos to learn about the computer stuff that I'm doing. I am using, this was done in Photoshop, but there's any computer program will work, and you want to do layers, of course, to make it easy to color. This is just my PNG copy, And I already kind of wrote something. So guys, to keep this video short, just remember you are beautiful, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.